Okay folks, I found this on a nature strip. Let's see how we go with it, if we can make it look any good. Gonna maybe lighten it. Okay, let's see what this is. It is, yeah, it's good. It's made in Australia. That's what we want. And it is Tasmania. And she's saying, oh shit. And there's a Tasmanian devil standing behind the man in the picture. And it's made in Australia, which is nice to see. It's nice to see something Aussie made in Oz. We have to make things in Oz. One day I'm going to redesign the photocopier from scratch. One day, folks. And when I do it, the equipment's going to be manufactured 100% in Australia by a company that's 100% Australian owned. And the design work is going to be done 100% on our shores as well, Australian designed. So we're not going to let foreign ownership get in there. I know most people who have big businesses who succeed in Australia often end up selling it to foreign interests. This future company is not going to get treated as such. We're not going to treat it as foreign interest. We're not interested in selling off this valuable company. We're not going to, folks. I'm not going to. Not on my fucking watch, folks. No. I refuse. I don't know why companies like to sell up, you know? Companies that especially are doing well, as they are, here in Australia, on Australian soil, and being manufactured here in Australia. And basically, it's all gone to pot. Everyone wants to sell up and send it overseas. Obviously, they don't want to work. They just want to sit and relax on a big pile of money and not do any work anymore. I guess that's how I see it, which is really sad because there's so many nice Australian companies that have potential, and this potential is being robbed by greed, and this greed is just not acceptable. And that's just the way that it's become, you know. And companies that you see, like so many big companies, just don't want to sell it, don't want to work anymore. The people who run these corporations that are doing so well here on our soil, doing us proud, and then next thing you know, they're gone offshore, and you don't hear much about, you hear about them, but they become someone else's property, and we end up paying more for their ownership being foreign, which is just not acceptable. So, you know, and I don't want my photocopier company to go offshore. I'm not interested in being lazy and just letting, you know, I'm not interested, folks, in just sitting on my ass and saying, oh shit, you know, whatever that was meant to say. But I do think I've got to move it across. I don't know why I can't get it in the middle. But basically, yeah, I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch, and the only thing that's not going to be Australian owned is basically the minerals. Not the minerals. We're going to try and rely on recycled materials as much as we can. So we're going to try and mine the rubbish tips of the world to get resources that can be used in our equipment, and we're going to try and save the planet from waste. And these materials, we're still going to, we're going to mine Australian rubbish tips as well to create use recycled materials whenever we can, instead of ripping it out of the ground and having to smelt it and process it, which takes up more CO2. And basically we need to be environmentally friendly. And yeah, and hopefully by the time I get in the CEO's chair, renewable energy will become a standard, and that we'll be able to use renewable energy to power the plants that build these equipments. So yeah, got a lot of things on my plate, folks. But I'm up with it. I want to go with it. I'm interested. I'm basically what's known as a photocopier nerd or geek. And the technical term for a photocopier nerd is a toner head. I'm basically what's called a toner head. And photocopier nerds or geeks are referred to as toner heads. So yeah, I'm a toner head. I'm proud of it, folks. Proud to be a dinkum Aussie toner head. So trying to make these demos as nice as possible. And yeah, we're also going to have some skilled migrants come from overseas. You know, we want this country to be a country of opportunity. We want people who are also toner heads from foreign countries to come and work and be paid a decent wage, which leads on to the idea that we're not just an idea, I want to make it fact, that we're not going to create slave labour. We're going to make sure everyone gets paid a fair wage. And more than a fair wage, folks. I really want to make it more than just fair, but totally fair. Fair dinkum. Really big time. Really want to make this really a place that's enjoyable to work, and the conditions are five star and, you know, the best you can get, instead of being treated like slaves in places overseas where they're typically manufactured. The shit that they put together is just junk. As you know, parts of this machine are made in Vietnam and heaps of it made in China. So they're not treating their workers as fairly from what I can tell, which is really not fair. But what can you do, folks? I can't stop these bitches from screwing their workers over, but I just want to make sure that I don't. I'm not interested in creating a slave economy. I'm not interested in hurting my workers just to get extra output and make extra money. You know, you got to somehow look. You got lots of to the people who run these companies. It's like, I know you think a lot is not enough, but it is enough. You fucking have more than enough money to fucking, you know, spend on yourselves, you fuckwits. Go fuck yourselves. The whole photocopier industry is full of shit, and I'm not standing for this crap. I'm not going to be like you fucking swine. Your fucking swine are going to fucking drown in your own fucking swill when you see how good my products are. Go fuck yourselves, you bitches. Go fuck your bloody money. Take your money fuckery elsewhere, because I'm not going to be like you. And if you want my fucking intellectual rights and patents, you're not getting them, folks. You're not getting them. So, you know, you want to make money out of me, you want to suddenly start licking my anus, so to speak, just so you can make more money out of me. You're not going to get there. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to be licked, okay? I'm not going to be an ass-licking subject, you know? I'm going to just be me and be what I am and do what I want to do. I'm not interested in currying favour with my fellow CEOs in the industry. I want to stand out from the pack, and I want to help nature, you know, make sure we plant more trees, and as well as mining the tips of the world, including here in Australia. And yeah, recycling as much as we can, as much as going to make these equipments really sustainable, folks, as well as good for the environment and good for, I already said good, what am I saying, folks? Of course it's good for the environment if it's sustainable. Silly me. Yeah, but we're going to put people and environment first, and people are going to hopefully enjoy using them in their offices or wherever else photocopiers will be installed. I want people to take pleasure in what they use. And one of the things we're going to do is make these machines fully customizable. So instead of getting all this factory stuff, we just have like the zoom and the paper and the density and the colour and the basic stuff. And then we can create apps that you can download off the internet, like you do on your phone or your desktop or your laptop, from like iTunes or Google Play. But it's going to be a lot better than that. These apps are going to be really cheap, and they're going to make your machine a lot more exciting, and you're going to have artificial intelligence as factory set, so that it'll make using these features hopefully a real breeze, really easy. So yeah, but we've got to keep it Australian, folks. We can't just sell it up and expect something good to happen, not care about your own fucking company. I don't want to sell it. I'm going to keep it until the day I die. I intend to work until I fucking cark it, folks. I don't trust anyone else. And it's come up looking really quite a treat, an Aussie treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.